guys. Week one, we're back, and I've brought a guest, obviously, Billy Daniel, right now. As your reigning champ, it's good to start out the year, so I can get that third ring, put myself over the top of everyone else, Billy, yourself included. Yeah, yeah, it does. And I also I haven't gotten a trophy either, so I don't know if that throws something in the mix as well. No, the league page has the record. So I mean, and yeah, I think you need to pick it up a little bit. Find some just weird stats you can throw on. Give it. All right. Well, what were you gonna say? All right. Cool. Okay. Well, like I said, week one. So right now we're just gonna dive right into the matchups. Or I guess let's talk a little bit about the draft and the preseason, how that's gone. Um, well, so far, I think my team has taken the biggest hit. Injury wise, yeah, Dion Lewis. I wasn't sure about the pick in the first place. Then he goes and hurts his knee. Uh, Shitty Patriots. They just. Mm-hmm. Oh no. In the same room live. It needs to happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. No auto draft, and then the shit talking isn't nearly. It's really nothing compared to what live is. Seemed like normally Matt and Doyle came in with no plan whatsoever. Oh, it's a new year. And hey, waivers, those were introduced as well, so we're gonna see how that goes. Um, yeah, so far it has. I, I know once week one ends, everyone will be put on waivers, so it'll get that process going. Max has top waiver priority, so he's got the first move if he wants to save it for big depleting injury to some team. See if he can swing the tide in his favor for his team. And then last is Mike. Nope. And we got to see if someone uses their waiver dumb and just makes a mistake and sends them down to the bottom of the priority. So can't wait for it. Uh, Brian. I'm going Brian. Yeah. Actually, I don't know. Matt's got that too. I think I'm changing it to Matt. I think Matt does. Exactly. His one pickup is gonna be just bad. Yeah, he'll just not use it at all. All right, so now we're gonna jump into the week one matchups, and might as well start off with the reigning champ. And I am playing Brian this week. I think we played each other week one, uh, at least 2 years in a row. I don't know. It might be even longer than that. Seems like Yahoo saves the season schedule every single year. Um. Well, Bill, I have some thoughts on this. All right, obviously, what are your thoughts on the matchup so far? Oh, first three, and yeah, I'll take that value out of the ninth round. I think it was something like that. Oh, I know. And the funny thing is, when I picked him, or like two picks before I was planning on picking him, Doyle like asked if anyone was going to, and then of course I figured someone else ahead of me would, but nope, snagged him. One pick ahead of Mikey as well, so it felt good. Hey, I'm a big fan of Melvin Gordon. He's looked really good the preseason, but obviously preseason doesn't really matter. I guess some cases it does, others it's just hypes up guys that end up sucking. So, hmm, yeah. All right, okay. hmm I do think Brian has a solid squad. Um, I am picking my team. I think week 1 we can pull it out. I did lose to him week 1 last year, I believe. And then the thing with Brian, I feel like he'll find a way to mismanage his squad and fuck it all up. He'll make a bad trade, something like that, and just throw a start out the window. Oh, it does. See, seeing Dak play well in the preseason, it's made me feel a little better. But yeah, I mean, obviously, he. Oh, it is like he's basically like they're hyping him up to be like a top 15 QB in the league now, which that's just insane. No, hmm, I'm a big Cooks fan. Cocaine Cooks all the way. All right, so we got 1-1 in that matchup. The next one, going down, we've got For the Troops versus Will Stills. Mikey, that's probably my favorite name out of anyone this year. Love it. I need to keep it. Need to keep it the whole year. Just commemorate. Especially he ties it in with being the reigning McKay uh, winner. Just nice reference to Will there. I like it. Um, hmm Yeah, he's got Lev Bell and Josh Gordon coming back. So I mean, he really needs to survive these first few weeks. hmm Yeah, I'm going for the troops. I think Schnell's got a good team this year. Um, mm, I'm surprised he hasn't broken his clavicle. He might have while we started recording this. So I mean, you never know. You just always got to be wary of it. hmm Maybe. I mean, the pictures he doesn't look that slim down, but I mean, he was apparently playing at like 270. So I mean, yeah, even just down to 240, something like that, 250 should be good. Yeah, exactly. uh, for Snell's team, I'm not a huge fan of Forte this year. I think Powell is going to cut into his work a lot. Um, I guess he's definitely 30 plus. 30 plus. That seems to be about the cutoff right nowadays. Besides AP, who obviously. He is. Um, mhm. Oh yeah, he's getting you 5 catches for 50 yards guaranteed, and that's like one of his worst games all year right there, probably. So, yep. Um, I wanted to avoid the Texans or Titans backfield, and both guys have looked pretty good this preseason. Henry especially. I mean, he's just been a beast. Uh, yeah, at least yeah, it's got to be almost a 50-50 split, and they're probably going to throw in like McCluster as well because the Titans are just dumb. I mean, did they? Oh wow, never mind then. All right, no, and neither. Yeah, I think Murray's better. No, no, they're going to be an exotic Smash Mouth, whoever the fuck their head coach is. That's what he's been quoted on. Whatever that means. Yeah, yeah, that's it. uh, hmm Yeah, he's got high risk, high reward team. That's for sure. Um, hmm And then if AJ Green or Josh Gordon, if he can even be like a wide receiver two, like top 20 guy, I mean, I think that makes Mikey's team really good. Especially big fan of Russell Wilson. Oh, very. Yeah, that's I've got some predictions for Mikey's team coming up. So he needs to be humble about it though. All right. No, then we need to just like cancel his win, basically. Just make it a tie. All right. The next matchup we're jumping into is the second best team named, I think, Webcam Fig Newtons. Bringing it back, Matt. I like it. Against Kevin, Beginner's Luck, who, you know what? I think last year Kevin did have a lot of beginner's luck. Hit on some guys late that, just obviously great picks for him, and his team kind of fell apart at the end there. So rough ending. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not a big fan of Kevin's team either. I mean, Gronk obviously best tight end by far, but without Brady those first 4 weeks, I mean it makes him a little more vulnerable. I'd say. Yeah, Kevin's his running back two and flex. I'm not huge fans of, or not a huge fan of. Miller, and then I like Watkins. I don't know if I like Watkins as his one though. If he could have been a two on someone's team, I think. But now at this point, I mean the wide or QB is so deep. It's if you don't have like the top two, I mean it's almost like three, four, five, six, seven, almost like 3 through 10, probably even more than that, are all going to be pretty close around each other. So, yes, we do. And I have no idea which guy is supposed to lead the committee. Yep. I think, yeah, exactly, I'm going to give Kevin the edge on that solely because I think Ivory gets goal line carries. But I mean, apparently he's questionable already with something. Um, don't really know what for. Not really a note on it, but yeah, Mm-hmm. I do like Jeremy Hill on Matt's team, but he's playing the Jets, and I think Matt is making a good decision to sit him because no one wants to run on those Jets. It's real tough. Um, 99.99%. Like I, I don't want to say it's like a guaranteed thing because I don't want to do that to Matt. But yeah, it's like 99.9. Yeah, I mean that six and three quarters points from your running back too. It does scare you a little bit when they project that for him, especially. Oh, I really wanted him in that Lewis slot that I had. So, hmm especially especially with now that Sanu and Marvin Jones are gone. I mean, I think they're gonna definitely be a more balanced offense. Green, he's gonna get force fed targets, and yeah, Hill and Bernard, they should be good this year. Yep. Yeah. I think this one is almost a toss up, but yeah, I'm going with the webcam Fig Newton to start out 1-0. Congrats, Matt, on your projected win. All right. Now, Bill. Uh, let's see. The next matchup, it's Pittsburgh Feelers versus this other team. Doesn't seem to have a name. I don't know what that's about. Um, apparently, apparently it just doesn't have any name. So, is it a teamless team? That doesn't seem to be a good recipe for success, though, does it? That's oh, oh, I think I'm losing you for a second here. Oh, all right, yeah, we're good. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the great connection. All right. You are about a 6 point underdog in this one. Um, week one, a couple question marks. I saw Jordy Nelson might be on a snap count. That has me a little questionable towards him. I mean, obviously he's still an elite talent, and even on a snap count, he can do some work, especially against Jacksonville. We'll really see if their defense is as improved as what it's supposed to be. Yes, I you know what I think he will. Rogers and Jordy. Seems like anytime I'm watching them, they connect on some deep bomb. One thing though, I swear they'll have an 80-yard touchdown first drive, and then Jordy almost will disappear the rest of the game somehow. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't really complain about that. I guess one other thing about your wide receiver, Edelman, like him in the long run, without Brady, no idea how Garoppolo is going to handle Arizona. hmm I think that could turn into a shootout though. Hopefully, I've got some pieces in that game, so yeah, yeah. I think that could be New England's only loss in their first 4 weeks is against Arizona. Don't know how bold of a call that is, but we're going for it. Um, but looking overall, uh, great pickup by you on Christian Michael. I thought about pulling the trigger on him for a while, couldn't do it, regret it. He's looking like a great week one matchup. And yeah, uh, Langford, I wasn't a big fan of going in, but he's looked good in the preseason, and if he can lock down that 3 down roll, I mean that's it's a nice value pick right there. So, hmm Um, if yeah, yeah. In this one, I honestly think this is actually like a literally dead coin flip, and I'm going with you, Bill, solely to in spite of Steven. Always, always feels great doing that. Yeah, I just kind of breezed over his team actually. No, not really actually. Floyd, that dude's an athletic freak, but yeah, I mean, he just disappears some games. He did tear it up down the stretch last year, though. I mean, if he could continue that up, I mean, I hope so. I've got Carson Palmer, so yeah, that'd be great. No, I think yeah, Devontae Parker, his conditioning and hamstring injuries really forced Stevens' hand on having to throw Lockett into the fire week one, starting him at that third wide receiver. So could be tough. But yeah, and he's got concussion issues, so I mean that's not good. No, I wouldn't want to have anything to do with that Niners offense. I sure hope so. I mean, last year, he was starting until he broke his ribs, and then Freeman, obviously, that first half he had was just incredible. Oh yeah, his second half was horrible. So yeah, I think Atlanta's definitely gonna spread out the ball more. But just as if he can just get a touchdown out of Freeman, I think that's solid. David Johnson, obviously, he's a beast. Jordan Reed, love him this year. Um, yeah, that's going to be a shootout. Oh, that's horrible. But yeah, I'm going with you, Bill, this week. But very tight one. The team with no name, I think they're going to pull it off. I think he or she pulls it off. Oh yeah, so you just got to roll with it. All right, and now the last matchup, and with probably the least creative name. Let's be honest, Max. Rip Harambe. I mean, you couldn't be more generic with that one right now. I mean, yeah. Obviously, rest in peace, but you can be more creative than that. Also, I literally have no idea what Doyle's name is. Couldn't figure it out last year. Yeah, I don't no idea. It's got to be some inside joke he has with somebody. Oh, you back? Hello, you still here? I can hear you. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we're here. Yeah, yeah. That's a better guess than mine because I can't come up with one. I searched it on the internet a couple times too. I was like, it's got to be maybe an internet joke, some shit like that. But I can't find anything irrelevant like normal. The funny thing was last year if he won his matchup and things fell right for him, he could have made the playoffs. I think actually. Yeah. Oh, big shocker. No. Yeah, nice handcuff by Max right there. Even if he plays, seems like there's gonna have three-person committee in Washington at least for week one. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Breezes. I mean, obviously, great QB right there. You, I think Dwayne Allen's the worst tight end starting right now. I'd say. I mean, you're just hoping for a touchdown out of him, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Somebody who's tied to a. I guess the Colts have a good offense, but I mean, a lot of mouths to feed in Indy. Yeah, yeah. I gotta see how that O line improves. Protect Luck. Give him some time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna second that opinion right there. Um, yeah, I don't think either one is a big favorite on the other. I think it'll probably be a close matchup all day. The last game, Max has Todd Gurley last game Monday night, so he's probably going to be nervous as hell watching that. I mean, because yeah, he'll probably need some solid points out of him to win right there. But yeah, I do like Ware though, especially if Jamal's not going to play. Ware with the goal line carries. All right, well, I think that is all the week one picks that we have. Now, we had a couple of questions asked to us that we're going to answer. So, all right, the first one is, who is your champion this year, Bill? And I need a favorite and a dark horse as well. So, two picks. No, no, I'm not picking myself either. Just for the troops. Solid. Yeah, I mean, he's all he's done since coming into the league is have success. So I mean, um, I had a toss up between For the Troops and Steven's team. Um, personally, I thought I was the favorite before the Romo and Dion Lewis news broke, so that's kind of taken my team down a couple pegs. But you know what? I'm gonna go with For the Troops as well. Preseason favorite, so Schnell, all the pressure's on you, and if you don't win, then you're a choker. Yeah, that's horrible. So it's win the championship or bust for Schnell officially now. Like to mark that down. Yeah. All right, and Bill, your dark horse. Let's hear it. Is it? All right, I respect that. My dark horse is actually Mikey this year. Like I said, big risk reward team. He really needs to survive those first 3 weeks without Bell. Obviously, he's vastly important to that team. And actually, that suspension being knocked down one game from 4-3 is huge for him because he actually plays me week 4. So huge swing from me starting D'Angelo to him getting Le'Veon back. So that could be a turning point for Mikey if he can maybe go 1-2 those first 3 weeks. Bell comes back, and then week 5 he's got Josh Gordon. You know what? I think he's got the pieces to have a potential run into the playoffs. Hmm. I mean, Mikey, he's never proven himself before. Uh, actually, this is a move on to the next question right here. Will Mikey make the playoffs? Because I don't believe he ever has. uh, even calling him my dark horse, it's tough to pick him to do it because I mean I've never seen the result before. He claims he has, but I don't believe it. No. Since I made him my dark horse, so you know what? Yes, Mikey, this is the year you make the playoffs. Congrats. Bold call. That's probably the boldest prediction that's been made so far. Not even winning at all, just making the playoffs. He could be a one and done. Just get blown out in the semis, and that's a successful year right there. Nope. All right. Next prediction we're going with, or I guess question to answer, is who is your McKay this year? Who is the worst of the worst? See, I agree with you right there. Yeah, I mean, his running backs after Miller, I think they're terrible. His wideouts, he's got depth, but I mean, I don't. I guess if Cobb puts it together, or more so just the fact that he'll have Jordy back on the field to take away some of the pressure of him being the number one, that could help. But yeah, Kevin, I'm just not a fan of your team this year. But last year I didn't like his team very much either, and look how that turned out. I mean, fantasy, random game all the time. Can't really predict it. Same apartment, actually, I believe. They'll just have to move it from one room to the other. Or yeah, I guess it'll just be they'll just have to let everyone know that it's Kevin's instead of Mikey's now for the next year. So yeah, you guys better find a nice spot for that. Actually, I'll help you pick it out. So don't worry. Yeah, it's gonna look real nice. And on that matter, Mikey, your punishment is coming up soon. I actually want to do it this weekend. I don't know if I'll be able to get that arranged with the Iowa game, everyone being hammered. So yeah, yeah. Oh, oh, you should, Bill. You gotta come up. All right. The next question that we have, um, this is probably my favorite. Are the Chargers DBs as bad as they were in 2011? Uh, what was that? Yeah, I've got a feeling that Steven sent this one in. It came to me from Schnell, but I think Steven hacked Schnell's phone so he could send this in. But yeah, you know what? I hope they do. Solely, it doesn't even have to be the San Diego defense. Just a defense. If they can just screw over Steven like that again, love to see it. I'd probably pay to see it actually. So any NFL teams watching this, I'll pay you some money for that. Get it going. Yeah, exactly. Just get the ball rolling on it. Yeah. Oh yeah. It has to happen late in the year too when he's got some high hopes for something. Either making the playoffs or obviously championship game. Or I don't want to say championship game because that means that he made the championship, and I don't know about that. But yeah, semis are to make the playoffs. Something very heartbreaking, but not championship esque. All right. Um, and then the last question that we have: who is the first person that Mikey makes a lineup change for this year? Peter? Yeah, yeah, Peter's got the track record for it. Matt sets a lineup. That's the thing. He doesn't really put a whole lot of effort into it all the time, but I mean, he sets his lineup. See, I would go Doyle, but I mean that's almost too obvious. So I'm throwing out Brian here. Um, I could see one weekend he's up till like 6 a.m. drinking. That doesn't have a decision. Yeah, sloughed out of his mind. Late breaking, questionable guy sits. Brian isn't up for it, and then on the down low, like 8 hours later, Mikey just makes a nice little switch for him. Um, yeah. I mean, it's bound to happen with the way those two help each other draft. I guess it's more Mike. Yeah, Mikey gives Brian the money, and then Brian magically loses it. So I think half of it slipped into his pocket, the other half in one of Mikey's pockets. Exactly, right there. Um, that is actually it for the questions now. So, um, I think the first vlog of the year is coming to a close right now. Games tomorrow night. Carolina at Denver. Can't wait. I've got Demarius and Greg Olson in it. Your boy Bill. I think he's. I I've got kind of a bad feeling about tomorrow night. I think it's going to be defensive, both sides. So just hopefully you can get a touchdown out of those guys. I'd say I don't know 17 points combined. I'd be happy with. Oh, it is. It it one thing you need to have a good team to enjoy it the most, but as long as you don't have the worst team. Yeah. hmm Yeah. I guess even one of my favorite moments I've had was when I did have a shitty team, but the Sacco Bowl game, Jeremy Hill had like an 80-yard touchdown to clinch not winning it, not getting a Sacco, even though due to some dropping out, I was awarded it anyway. But that's another story for another time. Yeah, I mean, I feel like originally it started as a joke that I got it, and then yeah, it just it kept going, and then I had to do vlogs. But you know what? I like the vlogs, so thank you for making me Sacco. I think that also gave me some karma to win the league next year, or last year, I should say. So double thanks to Mikey and Brian and everyone else for that. Appreciate it. All right, like I said, week one starts tomorrow, so good luck to everyone. Um, yeah, uh, real excited. Can't wait. Can't wait. Yeah, I'd love to see that. And bruh is going down. I know it. All right. I will see you later then, Bill. And yeah, good luck. All right. Peace.